Hey, everybody. My name is George Carroll, and I'm the creator of The Greatest Year of Your Life. And we're starting a new interview series with our alumni, spotlighting them because there are a lot of events out there that you can come to. I know that there are transformational events, breakthrough events, mindset events, business events. And we run a 3-day transformational event called The Greatest Year of Your Life, whatever the fuck it takes. And we wanted to do an interview series, kind of checking in with our alumni, seeing how they're doing post event. Because we can go to an event and get fired up and get motivated, but the question is can we sustain it and really make massive progress toward our goals, and create a level of fulfillment that maybe we didn't have before. So this interview series really spotlights some of our alumni, and I have a special guest with me. Her name is Karen Lee, and she is an absolute powerhouse. Karen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So first, tell us a little bit more about you, what you're up to professionally, personally. Give us some insight on you.
Well, I am the owner of Ponderosa Medical Billing Service, and I've been owning this for 30 years. And it's just a huge business that I'm involved in, and we help doctors succeed and collect all their money. So that's my passion. And then also I'm a massage therapist on the side because I needed another passion.
Well, you are a super achiever. There's no doubt about that. You've been coming to The Greatest Year of Your Life since 2016. Was that your first year?
Yes, this coming up is my 5th year.
Gotcha. So tell us a little bit more about kind of your experience in attending your first event in 2016 and what's been your experience since then.
Well, the first year, I had no idea what to expect, and so I was just told it would be a good thing to go to, and so I went with all faith, and it's just packed full of good stuff especially for goal-oriented people. It helps you step by step through the process, and each day that you have going on, it just builds on each other, and just your emotions are riding and ebbing and flowing, and a lot of creativity comes out of those days.
Yeah, totally. So I'm curious, when you went to your first one in 2016, what was your sort of initial response? What was your first impression?
Um, well, that it was a community, and that when I walked in, everyone was friendly, and so it was a big community, and there was a lot of energy. The way you orchestrate the crowd and get us pumped up and excited really gets us all engaged.
I appreciate you saying that because I do love firing people up. That's one of my favorite things to do. I was a football player all my life, even through college, and I was always that emotional leader in the locker room, and I definitely bring that flavor into our events. So tell us about, because we in no way am I trying to take credit for the success of people who come to our event. It's just a sort of a support that people can come in a container to really remove some of the blocks and some of the blind spots that people can't see themselves. So tell us what have been some of the memorable breakthroughs or ahas or transformations that you've experienced over the years in Greatest Year of Your Life.
Well, obviously I enjoy it because I keep coming back. And the first year, though, at the very end, you had round tables, and there was 10 of us on every round table, and we all committed to what we were going to commit to for the year. And so everyone went around and they had their 2 minutes, and then you dinged a little dinger, and then everyone went around. Well, my goal for that year was to learn how to speak up. Speak out. And so there was like probably 10 or 15 tables, and all of a sudden you said, okay, that's it, everyone's done, and so it's time. And then what happened is I rose my hand and I said, I didn't get to speak yet. And you said, you didn't? Okay, well, here's the microphone, Karen, go up onto the stage and speak in front of all these people. And so it was just crazy, miracle, magic. I mean, it was just insane. I was totally scared, of course, but I went up there and spoke and told all about myself and what my goals were. And I left that event just vibrating and holding on to, I was like so high because it's exactly what I wanted, was to be able to speak out. So, I mean, I don't know how I could top that, but
That's a memorable one. I remember that for sure.
yeah, every year, and and you yourself, George, didn't really know that was my goal. There's so many people. There's no way you knew that that was the thing Karen needed, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite thing of the event is the goal setting and the planning and the doing it, and the vision board that goes along with it. Because I have all 4 vision boards from all my things, and so many things have happened and come true from that. So I really feel that all this focus just nails it in.
Yeah, yeah, beautifully said. And hats off to you for just continuing to level up in your life. I've seen it year after year. And you mentioned it. You said it perfectly. There's a certain level of focus that in today's day and age, we live in an information overload society. And as a result of that, our attention span has dropped from, in the year 2000, it was 12 seconds. Our attention span was. They did the study again in 2017 after the revolution of cell phones that became miniature computers basically. And in the year 2017, average attention span is now 8 seconds. And so it's a wild and crazy world that when you give yourself the gift of focusing on your dreams, your goals, and desires, there's something very magical that happens with that, because that focus produces a certain energy within us. And then we're vibrating and radiating a different energy, attracting different things into our life. So you said it beautifully, that 3 hours of vision board creation and the whole 3 days is just, if toot my own horn, I guess, but really put together in a synchronistic and beautiful way. And that's one thing that we pride ourselves with, is that it's a spirit driven event. It's not me, it's not any one individual, it's the community and the connection that we have. It's hard to put into words. But this year for you has been a really big year for you, just in terms of personal goals, professional goals. Can you share with us a little bit about your powerhouse of a year in 2019?
Well, in the context of the greatest year of your life event,
Yeah, and your goals, like some
are
of the
my
goals that
goals.
you've achieved. Yeah.
Well, the goals that I've achieved is, one was working less, and getting my business so that I could step out of it. And so I have, every quarter we re-looked at it and retweaked it, and I just got better and better. And my biggest probably success is, I lost 30 pounds so far this year, and I just completely transformed my body and my entire outfits and my presence. So I am definitely, and speaking out was again another thing in my theme this year, and I took control of my life this year
You did.
in in many ways, in speaking up for my needs and wants. So.
Totally. Yeah. So for those of you watching, you'll have to come to the Greatest Year of Your Life 2020 to hear the details on this. But Karen came into the event, and she's part of our year-long program called the Transformation Academy. But one of the retreats that we have is a firewalk retreat. And I just remember after that retreat, you left on fire, and you lit your entire life up, both personally and professionally. And I'm excited about what's going to happen with your company here soon, and all those phenomenal details. But yeah, you've had a really amazing year. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about 2020. What are some of your goals for 2020, or have you started formulating some of that?
Well, I am formulating it in the month of December, which is a little bit different, so that I can rock it into 2020. But it's mostly about recreating the new me, because I get to recreate myself. And so finding out what brings me joy and happiness, and um, going at it with a singular passion,
Mhm.
and just finding it and getting it done.
Gotcha.
So I'm just continuing on with my journey of my health and my finance. I mean, I totally rechanged my financial situation And I finally know what the plan is. So it's just exciting.
Can you give us kind of the before picture of that? Because I know you've definitely transformed your financial reality. Can you give us the before picture of that?
Well, the before picture is pretty much just putting your head in the sand and not paying attention to what's happening. I wasn't paying myself.
Your own company.
From my own company that I've worked at for 30 years and been there, I wasn't paying myself. I actually, one of the things was we refinanced our house to try to consolidate everything. And I sat there and did a whole plan on how to pay myself less from my company because we were going to be saving money from the refinance. So instead of honoring myself and giving myself a paycheck, I was trying to go the opposite way. And how much can I save my company? And so it's just been insane. And so it was all insanity. So I finally got to the point where, I've given myself a paycheck every year. I mean, every 2 weeks this year. I've cashed them all because in the past I've not cashed them. And I've doubled that salary alone, not including all the other stuff that I paid myself for my company. So, I mean, my finances are way better. And I finally, talked to a financial advisor and took my head out of the sand and said, okay, how do I build my life?
Right. Just powerful. I mean, words don't express the type of transformation you've created for yourself, this year and over the years past. Are you able to share anything about kind of the potential news with your company, or is that still not official?
I'd say it's not official, but what is exciting about the company and what's going on is just the growth that I built from it. Um, Going to the Transformation Academy, not the Transformation Academy, excuse me, the greatest year, the last 4 years, I keep tweaking my goals and making it better. And I have worked myself out of my company. And so it's working without me. And so every year we just kept making it better and better. And, a big part of the inspiration is the beginning greatest year of your life every year to get that going. And so that's been the exciting part about it. And then just getting my business evaluated over and over. And so in the last 2 years, my business has like quadrupled in value.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. Well, I can't wait to hear the official news from it. And for those of you watching, Karen made this huge shift going from business operator to business owner. And if you know that concept, a business operator is one who is in the business and the business is dependent upon them. And if they leave for vacation for too long, then the business is going to tank. But a business owner is one who, as Karen has done, worked their way, put the right people, put the right processes in place, put the right systems in place to be able to step out of it. And she's able to be away from the business, and the business still runs itself without her being in it. And so I'm just pumped to hear about what's coming for you in 2020. This is a question that you didn't know that I was going to ask you, but what's the intangible of greatest year of your life? What's something that like you have to be there in order to experience it?
Um, I don't know, just a sense of community and joy. And I like how you continue throughout the year. You keep, reminding us to get involved and to stay connected via Facebook. And so it's not like when we leave, it's not over. We get to keep, putting as much as we want into it. And so I just think the intangible is the unknown quantity of the container that you build, and the way that, because a lot of conferences you go to it and it's 8 hours, but then there's a huge long lunch and then there's a break. I mean, there's just too much space, and you're waiting to go home, where in yours you're hoping we can stay longer and longer. And I mean, it's a lot, but it's so worth staying and being involved in it because you get so much from it. And so
Beautiful.
the best thing that the best story I have, I think, is not necessarily about that, but my leadership staff asked me recently. They said, "Hey, what's going on, Karen? Because you're no longer angry. You're not yelling at us. You're not coming into the office upset. And so, are you, what's going on? And, you're not here anymore. And we're concerned that you're just going to leave and everything. And I said, no, what my goal was to work less. So I've accomplished my goal. And my other goal is to be joyful. And so I come to work and I am just full of joy and support, and they can totally tell. Everyone doesn't even know who I am. I said I could try to be mad, but I don't know if I can. So it's just changed. So
Well, that was my next question to you. And just in terms of like the personal power and taking your power back, that's been obvious this entire year. It's been fun to watch. So somebody who hasn't been to the greatest year of your life, I guess, what do you have to say to them? Somebody who might be considering coming and joining us.
I just think they should do it. I mean, there's not much besides the commitment of time to go and experience this. And there's so many opportunities that you can get from it.
Yeah.
Just meeting all the people that come and networking with them, and everyone is in a vulnerable state or an open state, a state where they're receiving all this information and building creativity. And so it's just a great space to be able to talk to other people, because then they're doing that too. And then you get ideas off of them. So it's just a big whirl house of excitement.
Big warehouse of excitement. I love it. I love it. Cool. Well, for those of you watching, check out GY20.us. We have a limited number of tickets. And it's this event, it's hard to describe, but it's kind of like, and here's a cheesy metaphor, but it's like, somebody telling you what your first time having sex is going to be like, and then the actual experience of it, two different things. And so somebody can tell you how amazing the event is, but until you experience it, you just really don't know. So come and join us. We have a limited number of tickets. And as Karen said, I think one of the most special things about our event is we create a sense of uh, a safe space for you to open up and to begin healing certain things. I mean, we have people come in who have had lifelong traumatic experiences that have been, imprisoning them for their entire life. And after our 3-day event, they just break free from so much of that old crap and that old baggage. So if you are at a point where you feel stuck and you're ready to get unstuck, kind of like a slingshot where, you kind of hold yourself back, but you're ready to finally let go, and you're ready for that kind of quantum leap and that swing forward, come and join us. It's a pretty amazing experience. And we even offer a money back guarantee. So you can come to the entire first day. And at the end of the day, if you're like, well, just didn't meet my expectations, or it's not for me, then we happily will refund you. We've only had one person in all the years that we've been doing this event ask for their money back, and we happily refunded them. So no risk. The investment is your time, your energy, your attention, and we have a great special going on. So check out GY20.us. Check out our buy one, get one free offer. And Karen, thank you so much for sharing your time, energy, and attention. Thank you for stepping into your power, because as you do, you give other people permission to do that as well. So if there are any doctors out there or office managers who are looking for medical billing, where can people find you?
At ponderosabilling.com.
Cool. We'll pop the
We're
link
in
right there.
Colorado Springs,
Yeah.
and but we help doctors nationwide.
Awesome. Well, you rock, Karen. Thanks again. And for those of you watching, we look forward to seeing you in January. See you soon.
Bye-bye.